Hello everyone. It is with great pleasure and honor that I get to say a few words about a friend and colleague, Lisa Himle. Lisa has been part of Cornerstone Anchor Elementary for the past 24 years. During her time here in Dexter, Lisa has taught kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and been a mentor and a faithful colleague to those around her. No matter what grade level Lisa has taught, she has brought a zest for learning, a love for teaching, and embraced the role of teaching our students how to be good people in our world. When I would stop into Lisa's room, she would always invite me in and make me part of the learning. Whether she had one of her students share with me their thinking or pose a question about what they were doing, I could always feel the excitement in her students. One of my favorite things about watching Lisa teach was her ability to make everything new for her and for her students. She had this way of having her students teach her or tell her about their learning, and as far as the students knew, they were teaching Miss Himle. She had something she had never known. Lisa would look at me with this twinkle in her eye and keep on going. The students' confidence grew, and Lisa once again had inspired another one of our Dexter students. Before her time here in Dexter, Lisa was the administrative director at Daycroft and helped facilitate the building of their school on North Main. For me, Lisa's experience and knowledge was invaluable. She would graciously take time to talk with me and allow me to bounce ideas off of her or ask her advice. I have so appreciated Lisa's kindness, support, and honesty. I could always count on Lisa to tell me like it was. Every building leader needs someone to tell them like it is. Lisa's leadership, experience, kindness, and caring demeanor will be missed come next fall. You may not know this, but Lisa wrote a children's book called Hands as Warm as Toast. It is a story of a little girl who is nervous to come to school and a teacher who soothes her nerves. The teacher enlists the little girl's help to warm her cold hands. Through this act of kindness and support, the little girl embraces school and all the wonders school has to offer. Thank you, Lisa, for reaching out to me, our staff, and our students, and for reaching out your hand for all these years through your love for education and for educating our students. May your next journey be invigorating as you reinvent yourself for the years to come. Congratulations on your retirement, Lisa. You'll be missed.
Hi. We are sad to see Dewey leave us this year. Dewey Scott is one of the most respected and influential math teachers at Dexter High School. He has been the consummate advanced placement teacher in calculus for almost 2 decades. Mr. Scott's students have proven themselves in several colleges and universities in their post-high school work. This is a testament to Dewey's ability to prepare them in the classroom for rigorous college-level work. His high standards and focus on personal responsibility helped many students achieve beyond what they imagined they could. Mr. Scott's also been involved with athletics throughout his time at Dexter. He's been a coach, scorekeeper, and timer, involved with several sports and very committed to athletics. He raised his family in Dexter and has become an integral part of the community. We will miss Dewey at DHS, but we are looking forward to hearing good news as he takes on new challenges in retirement. Congratulations, Dewey.
Without fail, each and every guest who visits Beacon Elementary School says the same thing to me. Who is your art teacher? Because they do beautiful work. And you know what? They're always right. Julie Nichols is a phenomenal art educator and a wonderful person. We have been so lucky to have Julie be the art teacher at Bates and Beacon for so many great years. Julie is getting ready for retirement in the next phase of her life, and we are so extremely excited for her. One thing that I absolutely love about Julie is that she inspires kids to do their best and makes every child feel like they're an artist. I remember art education when I was a child, and there were a few kids in each and every class that were pretty good artists, but there were a lot of us, just like me, that couldn't quite do what the teacher was teaching us or wanted us to do. In Julie's art class, that's never the case. Julie scaffolds her lessons in such a way and makes them so fun and engaging that each and every kid is successful with their art. Walking through the halls of Beacon, it really is like walking through an art gallery. Julie just does such beautiful work with children. Even more impressive than the artwork that our students produce or that the lessons that Julie teaches is the way that Julie treats children. Julie has such a big heart and just loves and adores children. Being a former kindergarten teacher, she absolutely gets it. So, Julie, we wish you well in your retirement. We will miss you. We love you. And thank you so much for all these wonderful years.
All of us in transportation would like to say so long and thank you to Craig Lambert and Bonnie Chubb as they transition into retirement. Both Craig and Bonnie have given Dexter Community Schools 10 years of service. We will all miss having them alongside us every day, but we wish them all the best in wherever the future takes them, and we offer our sincere thank you and appreciation as transportation professionals.
Today I'm going to talk a little bit about Creekside retiree Vicki Smith. It's no small task to summarize who Vicki Smith is as an educator, her contributions to the teaching profession, or how she's enriched the lives of students and the educators that have been lucky enough to learn from her. I'm honored and humbled to be able to share about her and her contributions to our profession. Vicki started teaching in 1985, taught in 8 districts, and has a total of 34 years as an educator. Vicki's an English teacher by heart, and she would want to make sure that I have an organizational structure to my speech, and she'd help me if I had asked. I have chosen to highlight character traits that begin to describe who she is as a teacher and a person. Vicki is service-oriented. She doesn't come to school for herself. She comes to school because she knows there are people, big and small, who can benefit from her being there. She's selfless, and she is willing to give and serve anyone who may need her. Vicki is proud, not of herself, but proud of her students, her colleagues, her school, and her district. When others may be highlighting themselves, Vicki champions others. She often misses that she was a big part of a success because her focus is on how proud she is of others. Vicki is positive and gracious. If you've gotten an email from her, it often ends with something like, "Thank you for all that you do. You are awesome. I appreciate you." When faced with a problem, she sees it as a challenge. Vicki hasn't always had easy students. Many have come to her with intense needs, behaviors, or challenges. She problem solves with positivity and grace and doesn't stop until she sees growth. Then she's proud, not of what she has done, but what a child has accomplished. We have celebrated many student accomplishments in our time together. Vicki has perseverance. Aside from the examples I've already shared, Vicki, after 32 years in her teaching career, decided to try a new method of delivery and instruction, summit learning. She saw it as a possible way to enhance her teaching, connect with students, and she wanted to experience it, even if it was her last few years of teaching. When we were told that in-person teaching was ending for the 1920 school year, Vicki didn't stop. She didn't give up knowing that she was retiring. She went at it with a vengeance, determined that she was going to give her students everything she could under difficult circumstances. She Zoomed, had office hours, created engaging lessons, supported her team partner. She supported her summit colleagues and the building as a whole. And the whole time she did it, she continued to thank others and graciously recognized the efforts of everyone. She said she was proud of the teachers at Creekside for what they had created for students here. I am speaking on behalf of all the educators, students, and families, past and present, who have been lucky enough to have had time with Vicki. When I say your presence will be missed. Vicki's contribution has been great. I hope she can move on to her next chapter, knowing that her impact is exponential. Vicki, we hope you slow down a little. You deserve it. And we hope you enjoy time with your family. They deserve it. Thank you to the school board for taking the time this evening to recognize our retirees this year. It is appreciated.
I still remember the day when I found out that Lynette Schwarzenberger was a former school counselor, and it was like it all clicked in my mind, because being in Lynette's classroom for months and months before finding out this piece of information, I always thought to myself, boy, she would be an amazing counselor or social worker. And I say that because Lynette's class is such a calm and caring environment. In the wonderful years that I got to work with Lynette, I enjoy going into her class whenever I had the ability to do so, because she presents in such a calm and loving fashion. So many students in Lynette's class do so well because she presents a beautiful environment for children to learn. Lynette is a fun educator. She has a passion for math, a passion for reading, and children absolutely love doing and learning with her in her classroom. One of the great things about Lynette, and one of the things that she loves about herself and makes joke of, is her wonderful last name. Each year there is a list of kids that have learned and can successfully spell Schwarzenberger. Schwarzenberger. Ms. Schwarzenberger, you can add me to your list as well. Lynette, we wish you so much luck and success in the next stage of your life. I know you're joining your husband in retirement, and the two of you are probably going to have some wonderful adventures together. We know that you will probably continue to be Diet Pepsi fueled, so please stop on by Beacon whenever you need to reload on your Diet Pepsi. We have that secret stash for you. We will miss you so much. We love you, and thank you for being such an important part of the Beacon staff and community.
Dee Braden has been a positive fixture at Dexter High School for many, many years. After a career teaching physical education, she returned to Dexter High School and has served as a paraprofessional for a long time. She's worked very hard to develop positive relationships with students over the years. Being at DHS is more than a job to Dee. She's been a key person to building administrators and helping manage a building full of teenagers. We will certainly miss her. Congratulations and good luck, Dee.
Linda Paciorka will be greatly missed at Wiley. She devoted 17 years to Wiley Elementary School, and at the heart of her service to our school and community was her ability to develop strong relationships with students, families, visitors, and our staff. Our students always felt safe and comfortable with Mrs. Paciorka's care. She knew just what each child needed, and whether that meant encouraging words, a Band-Aid, or a call home, she helped each child to feel important and loved. Linda welcomed parents and visitors with such friendliness and competence that we started to call her the concierge of Wiley. Parents were so at ease in Linda's presence that they would ask her to recommend babysitters, restaurants, and doctors. Linda was always willing to support our staff regardless of all that might be going on in the office. Even when she had countless things to do, she would say, "I'll take care of it," and you could be sure that she would do just that. Linda also fostered relationships with our substitute teachers. She worked to get to know each of our substitutes and made them feel welcome and valued at Wiley. She would work tirelessly to fill open positions so that our teachers could participate in professional development or stay home with a sick child. Linda became known as the ASAP Queen because there were countless mornings when we had many substitute positions unfilled, but Linda would make calls and work her magic so that we started the day off with a full staff. While I had been a teacher for 20 years, and many of those years were at Wiley, I had so very much to learn when I became the principal of Wiley. From the beginning, Linda supported me. She helped me understand the routines, budget, and systems. She knew when I needed a reminder, a heads up, advice, or advance notice. She would just smile and say gently, "You know, it might be time to think about." They say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, I needed Linda to help raise me become a successful principal, and I will be forever grateful to her. When we return to school next year, we will miss our concierge and ASAP Queen, our friend and colleague. But we are wishing Linda all the best in this next phase of her life. We wish her time to be with her girls, time to be in the garden, and time to travel. Thank you, Linda, for making such a positive impact on our students and their families, our staff, and our school. We love you.
When I reflect back on my relationship and career with Wendy Steadman, I think one of the things that comes to mind that I will always love and admire about Wendy is her ability to have rich, meaningful conversations about student learning. It wasn't uncommon for Wendy and I to sit down at my table late on a Friday after school and start talking about the philosophy of education, why we do things the way we do, if we ought to be doing things differently. And 10 minutes turned into 20, turned into an hour and a half. And I always loved having those conversations with Wendy. They meant so much to me. While we didn't always agree, we were always professional. We were always respectful of one another. And many times we did agree. And many times we looked to think about how we could change things for kids and change things for staff and make sure that we're doing what's best for children. Wendy is such an important part of our staff, an important part of our community, and will be greatly missed. Wendy, we are so excited for you to start this next phase of your life with your husband and all of your wonderful grandchildren. I know that you'll continue bringing joy to children's lives, and throughout the time I've known you and thinking about the way that you've sparked joy through song and dance and all the great things that you do in your class, I know that you'll find ways to continue to do that in the years to come as well. So Wendy, thank you so much for being you. Thank you for being a wonderful, passionate educator. Thank you for being an innovator. We will miss you so much at Beacon. You have been such an important part of this community, and we care so much about you. We love you, and we wish you the best.